Hi, all, and welcome to Monday night's All Meta Mode podcast with Gypsy and myself, Amanda Diggerdigaz. No announcements tonight. Hopefully, in the future, maybe we'll have an announcement or a commercial or something like that. But right now, we don't. And I want to welcome Gypsy back from her travels. So, welcome back, Gypsy.
Thank you, Amanda. It's great to be back. I just wanted to say, how much I appreciate you, Amanda, and what all you do for All Metal Mode podcast, especially, this last week when I was traveling and you were able to play a pre-recorded episode that you and I had did. So I just wanted to thank you, Amanda, for all your hard work. Just so y'all know, sometimes Amanda runs the hard technical side of this thing. Me, I'm just along for the ride. And just wanted to point that out. And y'all give Amanda a big thank you. And we were having a little difficulty with like an echo before we came on. We were testing it. And she was able to work that situation out through a few tests. So y'all be sure and give Amanda a thank you. And thanks, Amanda.
Yeah, hopefully everyone can hear us okay. Those in chat, if you can let us know if there's an echo and if we're loud enough, because I definitely had to play around with the settings. And
so, it's great to be back, Amanda. Just got back from Florida. Most of you all know already that I flew first to El Paso and then from El Paso had to fly to Florida. But I'm back home for a couple weeks and then I fly out again to Florida. And it's good to be back home and try to catch up on some things. But we just want to say thank you all that listen each week. We appreciate all of you. And please be patient because Amanda and I are working on some changes that we'll be making here. And like she said earlier, possibly maybe we can work on getting a ad to play during our episode, and we're going to be working on getting some great guests lined up for you all. So if y'all also have any suggestions, we would appreciate your suggestions. We're always open to that. So just to give us a shout out and let us know, and we appreciate all of your feedback, and we really appreciate you for listening. So thank you.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely going through the system issues, the computer crashes, the travel, but definitely have a lot of exciting stuff in store. Working a lot of kinks out right now, and hopefully we'll have some pretty cool news to share with you all in the next the few upcoming weeks.
Yeah. So some new things and changes on the horizon. So y'all stay tuned for all of that. And so, Amanda, let's get into it. Tell us about what you've been doing this last few weeks, with me traveling and what you've been digging and all that. Let's hear all about it.
So, you know me, I'm switching back and forth between metal detecting and the mudlarking. I've still been working the excavation site here and there, not so much. I actually haven't been over in the last week. Ended up doing a cleanup. I know that schools are right around the corner, going to be going back in session, and I try to do a lot of those parks and tot lots and make sure there's no sharps or anything like that. I know in the past you and I have talked about, drug use, and some of these areas are used for that, and broken bottles and things like that. So I try to clean them up before the schools come back into session. And then, so I've been metal detecting there. I found one of the tot lots. I found like a sparrow ring and a bracelet and some other.
Yeah, I saw that ring. What is that made of? That looks really cool.
Well, when I first flipped it, I thought I had gold and I was super excited. And then I picked it up and turned it and I'm like, oh no, this is just it's costume jewelry. It's plated, so but it's a very pretty ring. I'm sure my niece will absolutely love it because she likes to those are those things that you find that I'll bring with me when I'm teaching her how to do some of this stuff so she can find neat things. And but yeah, so that's what I found there. And then been mudlarking in a couple different locations. One of them I actually I just posted. It was really weird because I had found this like weird sculpture, bronze, brass, ornamental thing that was a man on a rock with no head. His head was missing. I mean,
What?
I don't think they
Oh, oh,
made it with his head missing, but
actually, I
the
saw the
dog,
post you posted it
yeah.
earlier, didn't you?
Yep, yep. I posted it a little bit earlier. It was crazy. There was this area. Dogs are supposed to be on leash. They never really bothered me. They usually come up and sniff. They're not usually on leash. Again, it doesn't bother
Yeah.
me. But heard a commotion right as I was finding it and heard the dog barking, and then I heard the woman yelling that her dog was an a-hole, and I'm like, oh, that's not never good.
Oh no.
But I was behind all the boats, like bent down, so I think it totally like missed the fact that I was even there, thankfully. And when I was rinsing off and trying to get all the gross stuff off the find that I found, I heard the guy yell that he'd just gotten bitten, and I was like, oh gosh.
Oh my goodness.
And then come
Were
to
you
find out,
scared that it was gonna
yeah, I
come over
wasn't
there?
quite sure. I wasn't quite sure. And then on top of it, to find something that was a man and a dog, I'm like, what? This is just too weird. But by the time I got back up to my bag, and I went to head towards him, he jumped in his truck because he was loading up his boat and he took off. So I think he was all
Whoa.
right. I'm not really sure. Hoping he was all right. Um, but yeah, that was a really neat find. I've been finding more and more teeth. Again, I think they're from dentures because I have found some melted dentures. Lots of beads, lots of
Really?
buttons. Yeah. I found another counterfeit barber, which is the weirdest thing.
What?
Yeah, I haven't yet to
Where
figure out
at?
while I was mudlarking. It's a second one now.
Okay.
We'll call it one and a half because this one's there's only half to it. But I'm like, oh my gosh, a barber. And but then when you look at it, you realize the head is facing in the wrong direction. Like someone actually took the coin, pressed it down into something
Press
that
it.
yeah, the thing is it tarnishes just like silver on the beach. On these mudlarking
Huh.
spots, the silver turns like almost like a gray like maroon color. It's crazy. They
Interesting.
get colorful. And then, but I realized that the one dime was backwards and then the head was backwards. And on this one, you can see the head is backwards. And I'm like, this is so weird. So maybe they did it to make tokens to play a game, or maybe somebody was just doing it for fun, but they're really neat nonetheless to find. I just,
Definitely. I wouldn't mind finding a counterfeit barber. That's cool.
yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
made so that way, it's if someone knows the coin, they know that it's not the right coin because everything's reversed on it. But when I first found it, when I first originally, I'm like, oh, it's a barber. And then I was like, his head looks weird. And then I was like,
That is weird.
I'm like, oh, it's all backwards.
So, talking about counterfeit coins, have you ever found any other type of counterfeit coins?
I believe I have a KG that is a counterfeit. Its weight is off and it's like disintegrating type of thing, but I'm not really sure again of the type of metal it is. That's one of my kryptonites. I have to work on, being able to tell what's what for certain things.
Huh. Interesting.
How about you?
You know, I don't think I've ever found anything counterfeit, as in coins, of course. Um, I remember a long time ago, I had an interesting bill that I got. It was like a $20 bill that it. I can't remember. It was missing something major on it. I don't remember if it was a serial number or what it was, but I had it for a long time, and I'm not sure what happened to it. More than likely, my brother got it. I don't know. But that's the only thing counterfeit that I think I'd ever ran across. And it had to have been counterfeit because it was missing something critical. And I'm really thinking it was a serial number or something major on it. But I know we don't metal detect that type of thing, but it kind of goes in, with currency and stuff. And I'm curious to know, have you ever collected any type of like bills or anything like that as well?
I collect all the star notes. Any star note I come
Okay.
across, I tend to collect. I have a whole bunch of older $2 bills, a silver note one, a blue note. I did look up, I had a one $2 one that I guess is a star note website that you can look up and see if your star notes are rare or common. And the $20 one was not rare that I have, but I do have a $2 one that was considered extremely rare because I guess
Wow.
the serial is consecutive or something.
Huh. Well, that's weird. And George and also Steve in chat, one of them, I think George said that he had found a pewter counterfeit pillars and globe 8 real.
Hmm.
And then Steve is saying that he found a dollar bill that didn't have "In God We Trust." And maybe that was it. Maybe it was "In God We Trust." Um,
Was
I'll
missing.
have to ask my brother.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was something critical. It was either the serial number or "In God We Trust." It was something really major. And I know a lot of you probably collect coins and stuff. I've never really, I'm kind of bad about that because there's so many even wheat pennies and other coins, silver coins that I just kind of find and I throw in my bag and I put in a display case, but I don't look them up as often anymore as I used to. And I really should because, it's interesting because, those uh, where they misstruck a coin or something
Hmm.
like that. For instance, what is it? Is it the Mercury dime? That's what year is it? Um, that's worth quite a bit of money. I can't remember right now, but I'm sure they say that there's a penny worth millions of dollars now that's got some sort of misstrike on it. I used to have a book on that, but do you collect anything of that nature? Um, Besides fake and counterfeit things, as we were talking, but 1916D, that's it. Um, I think I have one of those that someone gave me. It's a Merc, and I need to check because at one time they were worth quite a bit of money.
Yeah, they are. No, I did go. I usually go to coin shows with my dad. It's been a while.
Oh,
Obviously,
wow, cool.
times are different. He is a coin collector and was a stamp collector, and one of the things that I always asked for at the shows was that I always kept my eyes open for is I love tokens, and those are that's my because they're all unique. Um,
Yes,
and they can be
I've
on just
never
about
found one.
every coin. So yes, that is on my bucket list, and those are what I collect. I those are my that's my jam.
Cool. So, have you ever dug one?
No, no. It's on the list. It's
Yeah,
on the
one of those
list.
bucket listers. I would love to find one. And I think, you know, I did find a barber dime once that definitely had someone scratching some sort of initials on it. But to me, that's not really a love token. I mean, it
Yeah.
could have been meant to be a love token. But other than that, I've never found anything that's really beautifully engraved or anything. I would love to find ones. Um, but, you know, we're gonna get there someday.
I do
I know
have
we
to.
don't have the experience like some of our listeners. I mean, we've got George in chat that's dug, you know, he's digging 8 reals and all kinds
Yep.
of amazing stuff. And I've never dug one. It's still on my bucket list, and I've been detecting for 23 years. So it's coming for some of us, I'm sure. But you know. Um, I just got to be patient. And you know, it's really all about location. Now, you've been digging a really good location um, where I know that the owner is going to be building something there soon.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to go back there lately?
The excavation site I haven't been to in like a week or so, but that is a gigantic property, and we do know that there's other cellar holes and other wells. And I mean, this is a place we've detected for the last 2 years. So actually, I know he's digging up another area, and I've been keeping, well, obviously haven't been over in a week or so, but been keeping my eye on it. And I need to go back because as soon as that area kind of gets cleared as well, it's the old barn, the barn foundation. So we had found some
Oh,
really neat sash buckle with like a woman's face over there. And then another area on the other side that he's clearing is where I found the Massachusetts half cent. So,
oh,
yeah.
oh.
And then sadly, I got some sad news this weekend, and it bums me out because it's not a loss of a property because we lost it per se, you know, for doing things we shouldn't or whatever. But
Right,
one
right.
of my very first permissions with multiple first of fines was signed to be put on the market today. So my heart broke a little bit. I'm hoping, you know, maybe in the future, if depending on a new owner or something, I can maybe get permission. But this was where like it was the first property owners I've ever met, like, you know, that I didn't know already. This was the one of the biggest sites we've ever had. It does also had a bottle dump, so it was my first time bottle dump digging there. First skeleton key, Maine State Militia button, Trime, half dime, large cent. It's like all of my firsts were at this like enormous property, and it went on the market. I did. I definitely teared up this weekend, and yeah, it's crazy when you think about it, and just hoping that nothing gets built on any of those fields. You know, you have no idea. If it does, I can honestly
Yeah,
say I worked those fields, but they're
really
gigantic.
thoroughly.
Yeah, I did, but at the
Yeah.
same time, they're just so big, and it's the first we brought groups out there. So yeah, I know that we cleared what we could if they do start building,
Yeah.
but
Well, you know, and George is right. You could probably sweet talk him, Amanda.
yeah.
He says he would say yes. And, you know, I agree with him. You could also go in there and say, hey, you know, I've been metal detecting this property for X amount of time, and this is some of the stuff I found. I gave them back to the owner, et cetera, and maybe get permission that way.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's funny. I was talking to my friend that I dig with on a regular that lives not far from me, you know, about 30 minutes from me. Zola, she's new to metal detecting, but you know, she's becoming quite knowledgeable, and she does an amazing researches, and we'll have to have her on as a guest pretty soon. But she does a lot of dump digging as well because she was really into the bottles as well. And we were talking today um, about how it would be nice if you just, maybe it was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her. But anyway, I just wish, I had the money where I could buy some of these properties that were for
Yes.
sale that has historical value, and then hunt them to death, and then I could totally turn around and resell and get my money back, hopefully. But I wish I was in that kind of position, but I'm not. But yeah, that's always sad when properties switch ownerships or someone passes away and it's moved down, and there's sometimes fighting over properties because of
Yep.
estate stuff and family stuff, and it's really sad. But yeah. Anyway, um, but yeah, let's maybe we can go into some. Maybe we can start buying historical properties that are for
Not not right now with the price that some of these are going for. I'm good.
That is true. That is so true. The market is outrageous, and here in Texas, we've got people coming in. No offense, anyone from California, but we've got people coming here from California right and left buying up properties. And because they're selling their properties over there, they're able to go and purchase cash, and jack up the prices here. So it's really crazy. But I've always wanted to buy a property that has like some old homesteads on it with lots of acreage to just protect till my heart's content, and turn around, resell it, and buy another one. I know that sounds crazy, but I would totally do that.
No, you're definitely not the only one that has those ideas because I believe me, there's been many properties I'm like, oh, let's buy it. Then we can resell it after. Um, so the one thing that would cut the middle on that is if the sites are getting built. I was talking to John tonight and I was like, I need to start meeting and talking to these like either public works, the construction. I already have one construction company that's given me the okay on certain sites and whatnot. So I need to get
Nice,
back,
nice.
yeah, I need to get back in touch with them, especially now that they're seriously building in our area and go, okay, can I come
You
in
really
after?
should.
Yep.
You really should because, the construction sites around here, I've tried and I've given them business cards and stuff, and they're always telling me, well, it's a liability to have you on the property, even if it's after hours, which is ridiculous because, you know, come on now.
Well,
But
just print
it,
off some of those liability forms.
that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yep.
And sometimes I don't have enough nerve. I'm bad. You know me. We've been together when we were trying to ask permission. But I got up the nerve to ask permission at this one construction site, and the guy told me no. It was a no, liability and all that stuff. I was so disappointed because I'd finally gotten the nerve to go do this, and I was shaking like a leaf. That's how bad I get. I'm bad. I'm bad about asking. But, sometimes you gotta
Yep.
seize the moment and ask, but, it's all part of it. You get turned down sometimes,
Yes. That's true. That,
unfortunately.
that's true. It didn't
Unfortunately.
hadn't happened until I met you though.
That's true. See, I'm bad luck. That's what it is. I go with you, and Amanda and I pulled over at a couple places, and we were asking permission. She even offered, well, I don't know if I should say this, but she offered, like, hey, we'll
Cash.
pay you to let
Yeah.
us, cash to metal detect this property. And the lady was like, eh. I'm like, come on, that's ridiculous. Somebody's offering you money to metal detect their property, and you're not. Anyway, sometimes it's crazy, isn't it?
It is. It is. And then you stumble across, the great property owners that really don't care. They don't mind you bringing friends. They get you Christmas presents. They send you birthday cards.
Yeah. They
So,
offer you food,
yes.
and I've had people bring me food and drink and off. It's amazing some of the property owners how sweet they are, and then you get those that are like, ah, they want to see every single thing you find, and then they want everything you find, which I don't mind that, but I at least want a video and take photos. But I don't know, it's
Yep.
frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, actually the river that I've been doing the scooping and shaking, scoop and shake.
Hmm.
I've been doing the scoop and shaking. We haven't gotten back
Sounds
over
like a
there.
dance.
Yeah, it does. We haven't gotten back over there because the amount of rain we've gotten, our rivers around here have gotten kind of crazy, especially the creeks. They're just a lot higher. They're moving faster. So I'm just staying away for a little bit. But he would come down, can I get you a margarita? I've got three bean chili, How about some forget what other drinks? And I'm just like, no, I'm good. I could picture just, scooping and shaking, drinking a margarita. I'm like, oh, this is the life.
Oh man. That's like the property owner when I was up in Ohio detecting with Mike, and we went to this property where I found my first large cent and a big penny for George. Um, so here we are, and this lady keeps offering us stuff, and we keep like turning her down, and she brings us out breakfast and drinks and all that. But it's so nice when you have such sweet people, owners like that. But anyway, long story short, I was just talking to Mike, and he was saying that this property owner, we had actually, I'd let one of them use one of my metal detectors, and I think Mike had let one of the girls or one of the people use his metal detector, and she was able to find her very first find, which was a big penny. Well, anyway, long story short, went back to the same property and has metal detected it several times since then, has found like 5 large cents, and said, Gypsy, when are you coming back? So I'm like, okay, we'll have to plan something in the fall when the fields are so I would love to go back, find some more largies. Although, speaking of that, I know we're planning on something in October, and we've been trying to plan a trip for me to come up there your way. But speaking of that, since it's nice and hot, um, um, you know, we need to try to plan a time. I've got this new Blue 3 that I
Oh
need to
yeah.
test out, and we can go do the Guadalupe River and find some really cool stuff in some of those little bit deeper parts that I can't go to. Um, we need to plan a trip for you to get here as well. So,
Yeah. Yep. I think that might end up having to be 2022 though.
it's always something, isn't it?
I know it is. It is. It is. Yeah, you better make sure though when you take that Blue 3 that you bring someone with you though.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that alone. It's too dangerous. Um, I've I've purchased some things, like I purchased some diving knives, one to
Mhm.
put on my arm and one to put on my leg. But it's just still too dangerous to do alone. I wouldn't go alone. So I was talking to my friend Zola today because she's been doing this. We've been to this bottle dump that's on the river, and we were talking about, well, imagine what we're finding in this dump on the banks. Well, what's in the river? You know?
Yeah. Yep.
So we're talking about, I told her today, I said, why don't we just take the kayaks down there and we'll just go take my Blue 3 and we'll take turns. But the problem is the visibility there doesn't look that great. So I'm not sure, but it's worth a test. So, but yeah, I thoroughly agreeing with Deej and you. Buddy system, especially when it comes to dangerous stuff where you're diving, um, anything like that. But even like what happened to you earlier this, was it winter, fall, when you tried to get out in the woods to metal detect, and there you were with a tree falling.
Oh, the Widowmakers. Yeah, that was the
Yes.
spring.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm totally believe in buddy system. It's just dangerous out there. Some of the remote places we go, and that's another thing. I can't talk much about the details, but I did tell Amanda today. But I may be traveling soon to go metal detect. This would be a paying job to metal detect to look for some copper placers or copper ore, that type thing. And I'm excited about this trip, but at the same time, it's 1,000+ acres, and if I'm going to be out there alone, it's dangerous. So I've got to figure out, um, what to do about that, how to be safe, especially in a terrain I've never been to. I don't know what to expect. So I don't know. Anyway.
I do have
So,
to. I'm headed out this weekend.
where are
I'm
you going?
I'm actually I'm going to New York.
Texas.
No.
What?
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh man.
I'll be closer. So I've never been to New York City, so I'm headed to New York City this weekend, and
Oh man.
and
I'm so jealous.
I'm
Sorry. I'm
pretty
jealous.
excited. I think I convinced John to that we well, I didn't need any convincing. I was like, Dead Horse Bay is only 30 something minutes from where we're staying, and so he was like, "Oh, we will absolutely stop." So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to do that. Well, I can't wait to go to New York City in the first
Oh,
place, but
so yeah, getting to go there is like amazing, but so you're going to be metal detecting?
that's
Is
something I'm
that
going back and forth on. So I found out that, so here's something. So the hotel,
okay?
the hotels down there don't have their own parking. So you have to
Mm.
either valet it or find a parking garage and then you hike it to your hotel
Oh.
or whatever. So I was like, all right, well, I could bring the Apex and have it folded up and put it in my bag.
Mm.
It just
Mm-hmm.
stinks each time, you can't really, I don't want to leave it with the car. So I don't know. I'm
Right.
going back and forth on detecting it, but um, yeah, yes, Bill, I'm going to New York City on purpose.
I want to go. Dang,
The
that's
ti
awesome.
yeah,
Well, good luck. You should.
the tide's going to be a little on the difficult side, I think, but I think Saturday morning it's 8 a.m. or so, and then Sunday it's 9 a.m. So obviously if it's 8 a.m., it's like 8 p.m. So 8 a.m., 8 p.m. are low tide, high tide, low tides. And then yeah, 9 and 9 on Sunday are low tides. So yeah, I'm hopefully
Wow.
gonna get over there and get to see this gigantic, crazy, bottle dump slash tenement dump. They like bulldozed all the houses there into the water. Um,
Oh my gosh, it's like a dream. It's like, oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Keep on. I'm listening.
so yeah, I can't wait. What is it? Metal detecting New York, and there's one other. New York something or another. They both have done Dead Horse Bay, and I think I've actually seen them metal detect it before as well. But you know me with metal detecting dumps, I get frustrated because I'd rather just be doing the glance and doing a little scrape on the surface, and I feel like I find more and use my time more wisely. But the bottles that were just laying and stuff, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh
Maybe you'll
gosh,
maybe you'll
I'm so
find a gold
excited.
ring or a gold coin.
I cannot wait to see what you find. I'm so excited. That is super exciting. Y'all, I'm just finding this out. I mean, Amanda and I usually talk once or twice a week, but I'm just finding this out right now.
I
So
forgot.
I'm
I
so
forgot
excited.
earlier.
Oh,
And it is a last minute
that is
trip.
super exciting.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, you'll have to keep us all updated.
Yes.
And when are you going?
We're heading out early Saturday morning.
Okay. Have fun. How long are you going to be there?
We're headed back
Saturday and
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Not long as I'd like, but I have to work,
Well,
so
never as long as you like.
no.
We have to work. Um, Speaking of work, like I said, I will be doing a job. So if anyone knows anything about metal detecting copper for copper placers, please message me or let me know because I need to crash course in this. So I'm working. I'm doing my homework. So you'd be proud, Amanda. I'm doing my
Nice.
homework.
Yep.
So, um, but I will do as much homework. But I'm also learning a little bit about geology and all these different, things that my dad taught me when I was young that I've forgotten about geology and rocks and all these different names of different types of rocks and stuff. So it'll be interesting. I'm really excited about this new adventure that I'll be going on soon. I wish I could tell y'all more, but I can't. But this is hard.
I know. I know.
uh,
Well, same with all the other great announcements that we have. We just gotta keep our tongues tied for the time being.
Yeah, unfortunately we do, but we've got some exciting things coming up. So y'all please share if you can about the podcast and that there'll be some upcoming awesome things coming. So be sure and do that. And I'll check that out. I saw your something on YouTube that you were had a guest, me minor, and if he looks for, gold, copper, and silver, I will definitely check that out because I need to learn as much as I can. I need to take a crash course. So, um, anyway, back to travel. Do you have, so you've got New York
Yep.
and we've got, um, what is it? Big Stock coming up in October.
Yes.
You've got any more plans coming soon that I don't know about?
Um, well, once the lobster traps are pulled up, we have one of our good friends has a boat. He's a lobsterman, but he knows an area. I think I might have talked a little bit about it before. An area that definitely had some action. We're going to go out on the boat with our big magnets, do some magnet fishing.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So we got that, but
There,
that's closer to the fall, so probably late September, October.
okay. Now remind me and our listeners uh, what kind of um, what kind of magnet you have and what pound pull you have on that magnet because I know you have what is it 500 pull or 350 pull.
I think it's the 500, and then the brute magnets.
Okay.
I think
So just so y'all know, I think you purchased that from me through
yes,
the Digger's
Brian.
Den,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that, Amanda, for me and Brian. And you can go to Digger's Den, thediggersden.com, and you can check out all the stuff that we have available for purchase. So if you're in need of a magnet or metal detector or metal detecting supplies, just use code Gypsy, all caps, when you check out. And I totally appreciate it because just so y'all know, I don't want to sound desperate or anything like that, but this is all I do now. I metal detect. I have my YouTube channel, and I sell metal detectors and metal detecting supplies. So I really, really do appreciate all of your support. Amanda and I really do appreciate all of you that listen to our podcast and that watch our YouTube channels, that follow us. And that's what I love about our metal detecting community is the great support we get. So I just want to thank y'all again. And but if you do have any questions, just hop on over there to the Digger's Den. And if you need or in need of anything, metal detecting supplies right now, I'm sure I can get you one of the best prices on the market. Just let me know, and I'll be glad to help you.
And I was actually wrong. I'm wrong. It was the 880 pull, and then we have the junior, the 300 pull. So we have both. Both. And then there's we didn't get the highest, which is what, 1200 pull, I think is probably. Yeah, 1200 pull. But yeah, so it's.
I've been wanting to get a bigger pull. I saw one, for I think it was 1200 or 1500 pull that I've been wanting to get because I've got the opportunity to magnet fish some really cool areas that I need to get to. So I will be anxious to hear your updates, and I'm sure our listeners will next week, when you get back from these trips.
Yeah. Well, the magnet fishing is a ways off, so that I'm sure will happen. I'm hoping to hopefully get in the river again here soon to do some scoop and shake. Sorry, I'm just having too much fun saying it. And then definitely doing the going back to the excavation site, and then I know you're traveling. You got some good travel coming up as well, and then it's crazy to know that we're going into August. It's just time's flying.
Yes, where is the summer gone? And I'll be going to Florida again, and I think I'm through with the Beyond Oak Island. It's possible I might get called back, but since I'm already mentioning Beyond Oak Island, I know a lot of you probably already saw my post. I got to meet Marty and work with him, Marty Lagina, from the Curse of Oak Island and Beyond Oak Island. And it was great to film with him and meet him. And he's a really amazing person, and I'm super excited that I got to finally meet him. I really look forward to getting to meet his brother, even if it's virtually, for an upcoming thing that we're going to be doing for the episode, one or more of the episodes. But y'all, I just wanted to share that with y'all, and it's just been really amazing meeting part of that crew, and Gary Drayton. Is it Drayton?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. On the show, even though I've never met him, he represents kind of us as a whole, as metal detectorists, and it's very important to all of us that metal detect. And it was really great getting to meet Marty and have that opportunity and him to see me use my metal detectors. I used two different detectors in the episode, and I'm really excited to share with y'all. It went really well. Found a few objects that will be used in the episode. And, here's the thing. I know that some people I've heard a lot of flack and negative talk around the curse of Oak Island, which is really sad. Um, Now working with the film crew, I understand some of the stuff that they have to go through, and it's not really about the fines. It's about history, and that's what they're doing, and it's really great for our community. So I appreciate all of your support, all of y'all's support, and I look forward to sharing those episodes with y'all, even though in one of the episodes I didn't find much with my metal detector, and that's honestly because I did not get the opportunity to metal detect, but a few minutes, not long. So, but just keep in mind, it's about history, and that's what we do. We all do. We save history, and let's support one another as a community and not beat each other down with negative stuff. So that's all I have to say about that. Anyway.
Like negative. There's
Right.
always negative. I forget.
There is, unfortunately.
Some dude was very mean on. I'm on TikTok as well. Some dude was very mean on my TikTok, and I was just like, "Yeah, well, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate you wasting another 30 seconds to tell me how horrible it was." And I think like a week or two went by, and he actually wrote back, and he's like, "Sorry, I was having a bad day."
Aw. Aw.
I thought it was pretty funny
Aw.
because I've said some,
That is funny.
I'm a wise ass
You
right
said some
back.
things back.
Yep.
Well, you told me what you were saying, and I don't blame you. It's sad because people don't know all of the things that come up, and they don't know the situation. They don't know where you are. They don't know all of the things, and that's what bugs me about people that watch these episodes and they're judgy, and they don't understand the logistics of everything, and they don't understand what you were going through that day you were metal detecting and all the different things that come in, and they want to judge and they want to throw out negative comments, and let's all spread positivity. That's all I'm about, so I'll leave it at that. So
Well,
anyway,
and if you come
let's
across the
support one another.
negative, just laugh it off, or try to be like me. I just try to quip right back, like, yeah, well, if you hated it so bad, thanks for spending the extra seconds to let me know and helping my algorithm or
Right.
whatever it is. But yeah, at first it's like, what? Why are you wasting your time even saying you hated it if you hated it? Like, just move on.
Right, just move on. Yeah, why waste a second to stop and say that? I mean, golly, I don't know. I'm about spreading positivity. And I just again want to thank our listeners for all of y'all's positive feedback and all the things that y'all do for Amanda and I, and just thank you. So
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely. And if any of you are on Instagram, I will be doing my 10,000 giveaway here in the next week or two. I want to be sure that
Woo!
when I do the giveaway that I'm around, I'm not traveling off, so that way I can get everything in the mail. But it's going to be pretty sweet. Definitely, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a metal detector and a pinpointer and some
Woohoo!
other crazy stuff. So yeah,
Woohoo!
and if you don't, it's a digger to gauze on Instagram. All one word, no spaces, no periods, no nothing. So if you want to get in on that,
Now that's
I should be posting that here in the next week or so. So
now that's exciting news. Congratulations, Amanda.
thanks.
It's amazing. What an achievement. I am lagging on Instagram and all of that, and I'm really not as consistent as you. And anyway, congratulations, and
Thanks.
y'all be sure and check out her Instagram. She's going to be doing some amazing giveaways. Get in on that. Share it. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I
Super
do
excited for you, Amanda.
I do giveaways all winter long usually, especially so I call what is it called? The blues, winter blues giveaways, because usually in the past our ground has frozen and you can't really get out like, and do what I go out every single day when it's negative 30 degrees out and your eyelashes are freezing to your face. I mean, I've done it. I've done it. Don't get me wrong. I've gone out and yeah, I've had, icicles on my eyelashes and it's been cold. So we try to do
That's
giveaways
funny.
in the winter and stuff. But yeah, this one's going to be a
That's
little bit
awesome.
different. But yeah, just to thank everyone. The Instagram community has been really great, really nice. I have a lot of, have met a lot of great people on there. And obviously, it's just pictures. There's no BS. At least I don't see it anyway. And
That's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah,
good. Awesome. Spread the positivity, spread the love. Y'all join Amanda on her giveaway, and good luck to all that try to enter.
yeah.
And,
And it,
speaking of milestones, I just reached 1,000, I think, in my Zero Discrimination Facebook group.
ooh,
And so I'll be doing a giveaway soon for that. I just not sure quite what to give away yet, but I don't think it'll be as nice as Amanda's metal detector and pinpointer and all that good stuff. But anyway, um, we y'all just be sure and hop on there and join in on that and celebrate with Amanda.
yeah, that's why if all of a sudden you're starting to see dumps on my Facebook is because I went, oh my gosh, I forgot about my social media on Facebook. Because I've just been posting it elsewhere, and then I'm like, oh, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Because I didn't show anything I found. Y'all are probably going, she's not out there detecting anymore. She's not treasure hunting. No, I definitely still am. um, More of an onlooker when I sign on to Facebook. Some of the recent finds I've seen from others and some friends and stuff. You guys are finding amazing, amazing relics, and yeah, it's been great. It's neat to watch. It's neat to sit back and watch. So
It really is. And, just even the people that are in our chat tonight, and I'm sure the people that are listening, we've got so many avid hunters out there that listen to the podcast. And it's amazing to see some of the finds that they find, the things that
hmm
they share each week. So y'all be sure and check out those channels and those groups and all that they have. Be sure and post those in the chat and let our listeners check it out. You're more than welcome to do that as well. So we appreciate you all for being here.
yeah,
Anything
absolutely.
else we need to cover tonight?
I think everything else is under lock and key. So
Yeah, we can't share. But we love all of you, and we thank you all for joining us each week. Please share, hit that heart button, like it, um, and feel free if you have a favorite podcast you want to share it on whatever social media you want. These automatically also post if you go to All Metal Mode on YouTube. People can listen to the podcast on YouTube as well as going to iHeartRadio. Anywhere where you get a podcast, you can listen to our podcast, and you can listen to the archive podcast as well. And we love you all, and we appreciate every one of you. So be sure and join us in the upcoming weeks, because we might even be doing some giveaways ourselves, and we'll be having some great guests as well. So check those out, and thank you all for listening. We appreciate all of you.
yeah, good night, all.
Good night, all. It's a wrap. Y'all have a great night and good luck out there. And remember, just jig it. Night,
Bye.
all. Bye.